speaking of anybody can win on any given night against anybody, that is pretty much what happened last night, because we know the Bulls have sort of started to fizzle here, and we know Denver's been on a tear. Well, that ended last night. Bulls beat Denver. Their 7-game win streak's over, 130, 127. So many points. Josh Giddey with 21. Kevin Huerter finishes with 20. Jokic had his 36, 18, and 13th. Yep, 8th triple-double of the season. No Christian Brown. He's out 6 weeks with an ankle injury. Bulls had 6 scorers in double digits last night, and they were on a 5-game losing streak, Chandler. I do think these are one of those games where you're like, oh, that's fun. What happened?
They needed it. I think they were in like a double overtime game the night before, too, and they needed this win. Obviously, this is a team that started off hot. This is a team that we're talking about a potential all-star on their team who, if they found something in Josh Giddey, which that's still fair to say.
Yeah, I think
so. But now you got Bucelis, who's kind of still getting better. Kevin Huerter's having a great year. Ayo has really improved his game this year. So this team is just it's just a solid team. You don't know really the pecking order. They play hard. They're well coached by Billy Donovan, but they needed this win more so than anybody. And to go in Denver on the second night of a back-to-back and get this win against the best player in the world, this is a huge win to kind of get off that schneid. And it was the opposite for the Nuggets. The Nuggets run a long winning streak and kind of gave one away here. So this was much needed for the Bulls.
Yeah, also, I think Bulls didn't have Kobe White last night, and they had him in the one before. It's kind of weird. It's just something to note.
No, the name of the game, the stars showed up on both teams. But Denver got outscored on the bench 66-9. That's where the game is. Like, if you
say that again,
66-9 from the bench. That's where the game. Yeah, that's where the game is. Like, Jokic, if you look at these numbers and you close your eyes, Jokic and Jamal Murray did that thing. You probably say they probably won that basketball game. So I think this was one of those games where the bench came in and did their jobs and helped them win a big basketball game that they needed. If they match up again like this and they can shore up some of this bench scoring, I think we're talking about a different outcome. But that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a bench that got outscored 66-9 last night. It's hard to win a basketball game like that no matter what your stars do.
That looks like a typo. Just looking at that over and over again looks like a typo. Josh Giddey, now I've got the thing, Lou, where if you sign anything for 100 M's, you can never be underrated.
Can't be underrated.
Which is what he did. He's got a 4-year, $100 million deal during the offseason, and that was his 4th triple-double last night. He's second only to Jokic.
Absolutely.
So let's rate him. He's doing it. Is he outplaying?
I think he got a fair deal, and he's playing to that level. Now he's also in year 1 of that deal. Let's have this conversation in year 3 and 4 and see if he's getting under or overpaid. But right now, I think that's a fair deal for a guy that got paid this offseason. 4 triple doubles, you're getting your money's worth, and they're competitive. So I don't see any problems with it. I like it.
Yeah, Josh Giddey, he reminds me of this guy I played college with, this kid, Nikola Jokic, who got drafted, still plays in Europe. He's just his 6'6", 6'5", which is got a brilliant basketball mind. His vision is insane. He's a guy that you would want to play with if he's your point guard. I mean, he makes the game easy for you. He finds you. He really drops dimes. And now he's scoring. Now he's getting in the paint. He's being a little bit more efficient. He's always struggled with his outside shot, but I can't help but think this guy was on the Thunder like a year ago. And now he's a possible all-star, averaging damn near a triple-double.
Is that more of a compliment to OKC?
Right,
or
I don't know.
Is that still a compliment for OKC?
They should have got more.
Does that mean?
I don't remember the trade, but they definitely should have got more for this dude because he is an absolute stud. And again, I think
they got a championship.
That's true.
It worked.
When you start thinking about all-star again, it's fun to say, yeah, he's an all-star with this new format, and they were 6-1. We were talking about that. Then they lose 5 in a row. So I think for him to actually reach that, it's like Denny in Washington. Like he's averaging 26 a game. It sounds good, but you have to be on a winning team. You have to separate yourself, and there's going to be so many, inflated numbers that to do it on a team that's under 500, probably not going to get an all-star.
This is a big win last night.
More games like this is going to help his case.
This one
but look at 22, 10 and 9.
Yeah, he's absolute balling.
Yeah, he's killing it.
All-star for sure.
Jokic, second straight triple-double, coming after a season-high 55 against the Clippers. And after the 55-point game, Tom Haberstroh said that we need to have a conversation about whether or not Jokic is the greatest offensive player ever. There are people that have started this conversation. But it sounds very, whoa, that's a big conversation.
It's just crazy because when you watch him play, it's not like what your typical center does, right? When I think of Shaq, I think of this physically dominating, just dunk on your head, and that's not what Jokic does necessarily. He's just such a finesse player. He's so smart. He's pretty much a point guard out there that just controls the offense. And he's got so many different ways to hurt you, whether that's with his passing, with his rebounding, with getting to the free throw line, with it's just averaging triple doubles. It's the guy is insane. I love what he does on the court. I love what he does off the court. He is just an absolute stud, and
the horses?
and yeah, everything he does.
I love that.
He's incredible to watch, and he's already put himself in that kind of category of the greatest, not only one of the greatest centers of all time, one of the greatest players of all time.
Maybe I'm jaded because I lived it, and he's knocked me out of the playoffs a couple times, and I'm looking at it in that lens. It's hard for me to step outside of my personal experience with this guy to say that he's the best offensive player. But when you look at the numbers, when you look at the impact and how he's changed the way that we view the Denver Nuggets as a whole, you have to give him credit for what he's brought to the table. Like, I had no idea that this type of talent was going to come down the pipeline when he started to begin the bubble as an all-star level guy. And now you look back 5 years later, and he's still averaging triple doubles and still being more impactful as ever. But, you know, sometimes we throw the greatest of all time out there a little too lightly.
Fair.
We use that word ever too lightly. I like to see these things play out. Now, right now, he's already in that conversation with a lot of these guys, but ever is going to be subjective to what you like, what style of play that you're into. But other than that, he has to be in that conversation.
I just pulled up that tweet the other day with all the crazy Jokic stats. This season alone, by the way, his points per game is already higher than Hakeem Olajuwon in any given year. Higher than Duncan is his rebounds.
Check.
Jason Kidd's career high, he's got that 10.8 assists per game. Reggie Miller's career high at 3. Jokic has that as well. And then higher than Shaq in any year.
Basically, the best of all these great players, he's better.
It's good this year, right now. And by the way, and we're talking about a guy who's already won, who's been MVP, and he's having this now.
We're also
so it's
talking
a little
about,
scary.
and they're 10-3, and they're also
that's what I'm saying. It's
kind of fun.
It's hard to ignore the fact that he's in the conversation with the all-time greats, for sure.
I know it's hard
but he's still leveling it out.
There's a player that I played with that now coaches on the Denver Nuggets staff who coaches Jokic and played with Dirk Nowitzki. And he said, I've never seen anything like it.
Why aren't you just saying his name? This seems a little weird.
Why did you go to
Well, because I don't know.
History.
JJ Barea, basically, he was like, I played with Dirk. I see this guy. I've never seen anything like this. And he played with Dirk.
That's a big deal.
And he won a championship with Dirk in 2011. And he said it's another level.
That's a big deal for him to say
It's Dirk we're talking about. And JJ is just blown away by Jokic, even what he does in the games, in practice. He's just a robot with his work ethic, what he does, how he preps. He practices. He does every single drill. Like, he is a low-maintenance star that just, I'm telling you, this guy won a championship with Dirk and said it's not even close.
And also saw some greats up close.
It's not even close.
That is, I love Jokic, so I love hearing that, is what I'm trying to say. Knicks and Heat also.